Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another program on our quality talks with quality professionals in our Construction Quality Week 2020. I'm your host, Hani Mari, the Director of Corporate Outreach and the President of CQM Community. Today, we have a very interesting guest for you, as always, Laurie Stidham. She is a project management professional from AECOM Hunt, and she is the quality assurance and quality control manager. And she has 25 years of successful experience working as project manager and quality manager for multiple companies. And we're very happy to invite her to our program to talk more about her passion in quality management. Welcome to our program, Laurie. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm happy to be here.
Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your company?
So when I started in the construction industry, I actually started on the project management side and was there for several years. And when I went to work for Hensel Phelps, I was given a little detour, which ended up being a passion. And so for the last 19 years, I have been dedicated to quality. And with AECOM Hunt, I was hired to manage the quality program for the Southern California region. And currently, we're implementing that on a huge project downtown Los Angeles with a really great team and lots of upper management support. And it's just really been exciting and challenging. And I'm really looking forward to continuing.
That's very nice. So I see that you have a PMP and also an SQS certification. Can you let us know a little bit more about those?
So I'll start with the SQS. That is a safety qualified supervisor, and people in supervisory positions with AECOM in the multi-companies need to have the supervisory safety certification. And it takes several hours of study and test and lots of experience versus meaning lots of training over the years to be qualified to take that test and become the certified supervisor for safety. Even though I am not a dedicated safety professional, safety goes in hand with everything, and safety is everyone's job. And it is our duty to always be on the lookout for safe and unsafe behaviors. And it is recognized in many, many countries where AECOM works, and it's a respected certification for safety.
Interesting. Actually, safety and quality go hand in hand, as one of our guests was mentioning. When you have a risk-based quality management, you can't look at every quality issue. You need to have a good risk management to know where the most important items that you need to look for. And also the other thing is, he was mentioning, for example, if you don't do a good quality job in your installations or how you do your construction activities, it might end up to become very dangerous and a safety hazard for other areas, like a bridge collapse or something like that.
The PMP certification, I got that because I saw how valuable that was considered in some of the positions at the time when I was considering going to work for a different company. And so I took the time to take that, and it was tough, and it was completely worth it. And people are always asking about it. And I've actually gotten interviews and job offers because of that PMP certification, because it's the only civilian equivalent to the military certification that I'm aware, and it's recognized in so many countries.
And also the PMI and the philosophy of PMI, which is working together in a collaborative fashion and having interpersonal skills for team building and how to build trust and team development to improve the quality of our projects. That's why we do project management. As a passion or something that you want to give our audience as a takeaway?
Well, I think one of my favorite parts of quality is nurturing a quality culture. And one way in doing that, which I've done on many projects and with several companies, and it changes the tide, it turns the ship all in a good way. And one way to do that is to do recognition awards. And I'll just do a quick little story. On many jobs, it's been the same thing, but in particular, I was on Disney World of Avatar, and we started doing the quality awards. And at first there was just a few nominations, and then, you know, it became this force. And when people were recognized and we told the whole job site what a person had done, whether it was, you know, a quality mindset, like I'm not going to ever have our team fail an inspection, or I'm going to teach everyone one step better and we're going to do it together as a team. Or, you know, or identifying something and coming to us to make sure we can correct it before it became a problem. Some of these mindset things that spread, and when we would say why a person's getting an award, the cheers that would go up in the job site was phenomenal. And that person goes home a hero. That person comes back and everybody wants to be that person. And they're showing their respect for their work and making them feel valuable, like no matter what they're doing. I always say this, no matter what you're doing, whether it's behind the scenes or whether you're beating your chest because you have the most visible part of the job, everything is geared to and part of the valuable piece of giving somebody either an experience of a lifetime or the home of their dreams or the office you know, that meets the incredible needs of a company. So everybody has a valuable piece. And by making people feel like they are valuable and what they do matters, and showing the respect and letting them show you that they're the expert, as long as everything's being built correctly, really turns the ship on people really wanting to do the quality work. It's
because
really
recognition and reward is actually the best way to drive out fear in quality culture. A lot of people are afraid to raise their voice if they see an issue or a problem, just because they're afraid that it's going to make their teammates look bad or their team look bad. So one of the things that we need to kind of promote in our companies is a quality culture that drives out fear, so people can come to the management and tell them about the issues and problems they see ahead of time, or the lessons learned that they receive.
Absolutely.
So we can prevent the same things from happening in future. So that's an excellent point. I don't think any of our guests made that discussion about rewards and recognition. Once you tell that to others, it makes them think twice. Actually, today we had an interesting meeting, and I was just doing like a regular inspection, as I always do in our job site, and I found that the way I was looking at the two pipes running down a trench, I kind of felt that it wasn't going the way that it was supposed to, and I raised a couple of questions, and the foreman was very smart in taking my word for it. I mean, he answered me. He said, no, this is right. This is how it shows in the drawing. But I raised a concern to him as a risk, saying, what if these pipes are not installed correctly, because they run very long and they go into different buildings and different directions. And the foreman was very smart to go all the way. He didn't just take my word for that section that I was concerned. He went all the way. And today I realized that they discovered that the engineer made a mistake in one of the areas, and he kind of swapped it. The supply and return. I was so happy. I mean, I wasn't recognized for raising the issue, but just that they recognized him as the smart person that went all the way through to discover that. I was so happy to see that.
And you were identifying it before it became an issue.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And that's the whole point. Yeah, that's
the whole point.
of it.
And to have people feel good about identifying something, whether it's wrong or whether it's perfect, they get to feel good about that. And I've been told many a time by a recipient's supervisor the next day that the reward was great, but the recognition meant more to them than anything. And so that's when you just feel really good about what you do. And when I was at Disney, there was this one day after we had started this program, And a couple of months into it, the project manager came into the office afterwards, and he raised his hands and he says, "It's working, it's working." And I thought, every quality professional should get to have a moment like that, because it makes everything worthwhile.
Exactly, and that's a good teamwork. Actually, that's what
Very
we're
much.
trying to promote here. The most important part is this personal aspect and people aspect of these activities, where we have people working together as a team in order to avoid big problems down the road. The networking we have, the understanding and collaboration and sharing best practices as a community, as a team, as a company. That's, I think, the most important part of it. Yeah, as a team to work together for a best quality product for our clients, for our communities, for our industry. Met in the Advancing Quality in Construction conference, and I know that you did a talk over there as well. What was the topic of your discussion in there?
Well, I've presented there for 3 years in a row. I'm so thankful they asked me back.
Okay.
And this year was about building a test plan. And last year was about incorporating quality into your company and into the field. And so they like to have a lot of stories that make people be able to relate to the field. And so I have a lot of field experience, and so a lot of the stories, I get a lot of people going, I know what you mean.
Thank you very much, Laurie. I appreciate your
Thank you so
time.
much.
I hope to see you soon. Okay.
Thank you so much for
Bye-bye.
having me. Bye. Thank you.